Give me room, click, clap, motherfucker, boom. Give me room, click, clap, motherfucker, boom. Give me room, click, clap, motherfucker.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get ready, get your popcorn, because this is going to be one long story right here. So that's it for my story for now, because this is an important piece of the story.
President Johnson.
Huh? So you're finally here.
You've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit, isn't exactly standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought you came to kill me.
What are you talking about?
What?
I'm prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you...
What the?
What the...
You're a man? Well, who are you?
Foxhound, sir.
Foxhound? Yeah, same thing. What I said.
I see. Now things are starting to make a little sense.
Not for me, but please elaborate.
Switch over to nano communication so nobody can listen in.
Yes, sir. Do you read me, sir?
Nope.
Yes.
Mr. President, it's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working
Why?
for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way.
Well, how else would you put it?
Power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
What?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country.
Everything he just said
I'm
right
not
now, just that
surprised
moment,
you've
he's like, I
never
wanted
heard.
power. I'm just a figurehead.
Very few are aware
It's
of their
kind of
existence,
funny, right?
even among those
In
with
how
code word
we're
clearance.
living in today's world. That's all I'm gonna say.
Politics, the military, the
If you get my
economy.
drift,
They control it all.
feels like
they
that.
even choose who
Like,
becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe.
This
What
is
you call
fucking
government is
crazy.
actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
For people that are
It's your
conspiracy
sanity that
theorists,
worries me.
this shit will probably blow their mind. Like it won't even
The
surprise me if they
Patriots.
actually believe this.
Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one
Because,
knows
like
who
I
the
said,
Patriots really
this
are.
ideal thing,
Even my
Patriots,
instructions
is not
come
really
from a cutout.
far-fetched, if you know what I mean.
All I've been told is
Or
that
if,
every
like,
key decision
this
is
is-
made by a group of 12 men.
It's kind
known
of
as
scary,
the Wise
but
Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
no,
Merely
bitch, my
puppets,
backyard.
Pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency.
So it looks like we're getting
Of
pictures
course, that
of
wasn't the only price
possibly
I had
the
to pay.
Patriots.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to leave my own mark in history, but my ambitions were... You'll understand someday.
No, not really. Still to this day, after playing Metal Gear Solid 3, I don't.
I wished to be a member
Or
of the
Metal Gear Solid
Patriots.
4.
I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being
You
an
wish
expendable
to be
pawn.
a member of the
And
Patriots?
that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip,
Bargaining chip?
but I
A fucking
underestimated
deal, you
Summers.
dumbass.
He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function?
We'll find out in
Picture
Metal Gear
a
Solid
massive
4.
political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots
Kinda
is an
funny,
organization
right?
that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
That's a dope line if he told him that.
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid, he was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago. Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
I thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. Everything went according to
Crazy,
plan,
right?
but for one exception.
I love this, man.
Following
This
his resignation,
Patriots
Solidus'
thing,
health was scheduled to fail him,
because it's just
bringing
a
about his
crazy
untimely death.
imagination to think about.
capped.
Correct. But before the Patriots could execute
But like
their
I said,
plot,
man,
Solidus went underground with the
this
help
is
of
not too
Ocelot.
far-fetched down,
As he
man. The way
avoided
things
pursuit,
are going.
Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Galukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position. It's the only chance he has for survival. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet. What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
What you
You're
talking about,
standing
Willis?
in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The main structure extends from the foundation all the way down to the ocean floor. The connecting elevator is located on the B2 floor of the Shell 1 core. Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
Yeah, like literally an arsenal
That's
of
right.
weapons, a
Arsenal.
big thing.
We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over
Well,
a
pull out
couple of
game week.
thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray
Meaning
unit
a
was
lot, you
originally designed
dumbass.
for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal Gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it?
Not
That's
really,
not
but
all.
yeah.
Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces, not to mention our nuclear armament. In short, Arsenal was created to be the core of our country.
What kind of idiotic weapon?
Weapon? No. You're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool. It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes, the GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal Gear will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them, so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks. But Solidus preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community, is also a key factor in his offensive effort.
Outer Heaven?
Listen, there isn't much time. The football served as the key for activating Arsenal Gear. I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to establish connections with other external systems, and Arsenal Gear becomes fully operational. Stop them before that happens. That is your role.
Role?
You've got to find Emma Emmerich. She's
You'll
the only one who
soon
can stop
learn
that thing
later,
once it's been
man.
activated.
Emma Emmerich?
She's the system
Why are you
programmer
questioning
for
the name, you
Arsenal Gear.
fucking...
I believe she's somewhere on level B1 in the core of this building.
I thought the levels below us were flooded.
I'm sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut transmission and get moving.
Alright, say less.
This is card 4. It'll give you access all the way to Emma's location. Give this to her when you find her.
What is it?
A program for disrupting
It's,
the control
my,
functions
secret
between GW
good stash
and
of porn.
Arsenal Gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
That's right, modeled after Foxdie, a biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry. That disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal.
Right, and you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, man. Or brightest
Well,
tool.
I've told you everything you need to know.
Not everything.
There's only one thing that remains to be done.
Where them hoes at? Yeah, I got you. Let me make a phone call.
Now, kill me.
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's your role! Pull! No! Do it!
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The president! Why did you...
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around, carrier boy.
Forget him. He did us a favor. Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion. My only real choice is to put an end to this charade. Let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
What are you...
Find Emma. Stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. Had to do some editing. And my controller turned off because that was a long movie. Well, I hope you guys took in and processed what he just said, because that was some crazy deep shit. And it definitely got interesting hearing that. So, now we gotta go find Emma.
Colonel, the president is dead.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Where
Are
do we go
you?
from
Because
here?
you're very
Your mission
chill
was to
about it.
rescue the president and eliminate the terrorist threat. However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the president's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal Gear once and for all.
Do you actually think there's any truth to his story about this big shell facility being a front for Arsenal Gear?
I don't have the security clearance necessary to verify the facts. However, he was the president. I'm sure he knew what he was talking about.
Aren't you forgetting that he was part of the terrorist plot?
All the more reason why I believe his information is reliable.
Huh?
We're talking about a man who chose to die rather than risk a nuclear holocaust. Thanks to his sacrifice, the Nuclear Launch Authority has shifted to the vice president, effectively eliminating the terrorist threat.
Colonel, when you put it like that, it almost sounds like I should have assassinated the president to eliminate the threat.
That was not my intention. I was
Eh,
trying
it
to
sounded
point out
like
that
it.
there
I
is
think you're full of
certainly
shit.
some credibility to the words of a man who chose death to protect the innocent.
The Colonel has a point, Jack.
What about
Bitch,
the
no one asked
information
you.
he gave me on the Patriots?
That's a new one on me. I'll see what I can find out. Raiden, we're running out of time. Find Emma. She's supposed to be located on level B1, in the core of that building you're in, right? You've got to find her before Arsenal becomes fully operational.
Hurry, Jack.
It's up to you to make sure that the president didn't sacrifice his life in vain.
Understood. Raiden out.
What's your status, Raiden?
Snake, the president, he's been assassinated.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the president on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense.
If I knew,
They
I
had
would have
to
told
know
you,
that
bro.
They couldn't launch the nuke if they killed the president.
Maybe there's a way to launch without reconfirming the vital ID.
Or maybe they found a more effective weapon within Arsenal Gear.
You knew about Arsenal Gear?
Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me about it?
you never asked.
Am I correct in assuming you also know that the big shell's a front for the project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal Gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. The good news is that it hasn't really done much in terms of cleaning up the environment, so we won't have to worry about any toxic gas being released if we have to blow the house down.
Right. And when did you find out about all of this?
It took a while, but we uncovered the info around the time you took out that mad bomber. There's no doubt that Arsenal Gear is being built here. Then it was all set up 2 years ago, on that day. All of it.
2 years ago. What really happened here?
I took these photos 2 years ago.
I know these pictures. They were on the news on several websites. If
I didn't take
remember
that
right,
picture.
the
That's
reporters blamed you for sinking the
somewhere
tanker.
else. I did that on the lower
That's
level.
right. Otacon, me, we were used.
We'd hoped that by going public with photos of the new Metal Gear, we could persuade the government. At least that was the plan at the time.
I've gone through VR training of the tanker mission before.
Yeah? Well, I doubt it accurately simulates the events of that mission. I'd infiltrated the dummy tanker to obtain proof that a Metal Gear was under development. Shortly after I made it aboard, an armed group led by Colonel Gerlukovich raided the ship and gained control.
Olga and Ocelot were among the raiding party.
Oh, word, I wasn't invited?
Yeah, and him.
Who are you talking about?
A man that was supposed to be dead.
Their target
My
was also
brother.
Metal Gear Ray. But Ocelot eliminated Colonel Gerlukovich and Marine Commander Scott Dolph, and he hijacked Ray.
So he betrayed them?
I don't know what kind of deal was going down. All I remember is what Ocelot said at the time. Something like, "I'm taking it back."
Ocelot then sank the tanker, along with the soldiers of the Marine Corps.
How did you manage to get out?
Otacon managed to have a small boat ready for me.
That was the easy part. The tough part was not getting dragged down with a sinking tanker. Small miracle when you think about it. It turned out that the whole thing was a setup to lure us. Photos of Snake, taken by the Cypher, were released to the public. In turn, we became the world's most wanted environmental terrorists.
It was definitely a move aimed at putting a stop to our anti-Metal Gear activities.
But why did they choose Snake?
Since the Shadow Moses incident, Snake became sort of a hero.
I think he was a hero before Shadow Moses,
I think
but
the
okay.
Patriots weren't too
Quote
happy
unquote
about that.
hero.
You knew about the Patriots?
Well, yes, to a certain degree.
It seems like everyone knows about them except me.
They didn't choose Snake to be a hero.
So they decided to do a smear campaign.
I think the Patriots wanted to make an example of him so everybody would think twice before opposing them.
That's it! They set all this up just to
That was
nail
deep.
you guys.
No, there's more to it than that.
Yeah. They pretty much just
Marines'
use
Metal
Snake
Gear
to be
Ray
like, hey,
project
don't
headed by
fuck with us.
Commander Dolph was
In other words,
carried
not
out
even a
in
legend can
opposition
stop
to
the
the
fucking
Navy's Arsenal Gear
stuff
project.
like that. You know what I mean, man. The Patriots just pretty much said, don't fuck with us. We can even
To be
fuck
more
with the
precise,
legend himself.
the Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. Hence, they attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray. They followed this up with a perfect plan. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it. Then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal Gear.
And we fell for it. 2 more puppets in their show.
Yeah, the Muppets.
Colonel Gerlukovich and his daughter Olga?
Both fell victim to Ocelot's plot.
Was Solidus behind all this? He used Ocelot to get hold of Ray, huh?
No, he was underground, keeping a low profile at the time.
Then it must be the Patriots.
If that's the case, what's Ocelot doing alongside Solidus?
It's getting good. What's going on here?
Forget it. We're wasting time. We can figure this out later. The nuclear
you, Snake.
threat's been
Someone with the
prevented,
fucking
but
brain.
Arsenal still has a massive payload of missiles to deal with.
Right. If the opposition gets control of those missiles.
Raiden, you've got to find Emma.
Wait a second. Isn't Emma Emmerich?
My sister.
What's she doing here?
You got me. She's a computer whiz who specializes in neural AI and ultra-variable volume data analysis using complex logic. How she got involved in weapons development is beyond me.
Whatever her reasons, we need her in order to stop Arsenal.
Raiden, find her.
I'm on my way.
All right, now we gotta go find his sister. Yeah, the Patriots. They sound like some crazy motherfuckers. Like I said, man, 2020 now. I'm playing this game. This is all too. I don't want to say hitting home for all of us, but I'm saying is, man, if this were to be happening for real, let's just say that this game was not far-fetched. That's all I'm saying. That's why Hideo put these events are just coincidental. What now, man?
Raiden, are you reading me? This is Otacon. What's your situation?
Wet
I'm
and
fucking-
miserable.
Yeah,
This
thank
place
you. I was
is
gonna say that.
flooded. The seawater that's been pumped up is pouring into the building.
I see. Listen, there's something I have to tell you about EE.
Don't worry about her. I'll get her out.
She's afraid of water.
You fucker.
Yeah. When she was 6 years old, she almost drowned with my father in our swimming pool.
She can't swim?
Well, yes and no. We used to swim a lot together when we were kids. In fact, she swam like a fish until that day when she almost drowned. When the accident happened, I was in my room. I learned later that EE was calling me for help. She didn't doubt for a minute that I'd be there. You could see the pool from my room, but I didn't realize at the time that she needed my help.
What were you doing?
I was
So Emma survived.
He
the
was
ordeal.
being his meat,
Yeah, but my father didn't.
and he was like, "My
So you
sister can
blamed
wait.
yourself and left
Let
your
me
family.
let me take
No.
care of my business."
He seems to believe that was the case. The fact is, I betrayed her.
You think she can't
Oh,
swim because of
Otacon,
the
you
traumatic
fucking
experience?
scumbag.
I haven't seen her since that day, but yes, I think so. I got a letter from Julie, her mother, after they moved back to England. In her letter, she mentioned that EE couldn't swim anymore, that she refused to even wear a bathing suit.
Damn. If she still can't swim, we're in trouble. Level B1 in the core is pretty much flooded.
Look, maybe you can help her overcome the trauma.
You want me to help her get over it?
Well, it's still gonna take some time to repair the Kamov.
Sorry, kid. Emma's rescue is up to you.
Thanks. An underwater mission. Well, this is a first. Look, I'll see what I can do.
I suggest that you drum the map of the building into your head, because you won't have time to look at it when you try to bring Emma out.
I'm counting on you, Raiden.
I covered most of the core when I had to take out the C4s. If there's
Yeah,
anything you
swimming
need to
with
ask
Emma,
me,
man. I
call
never
me on
liked
the
this
Kodak.
segment,
I'll
even
do
when I
that.
was playing this religiously when I was a young buck, and I hated it. I was never a fan. Oh, it's our buddy. And he's just chilling, sitting on water.
Still ticking, huh?
Unfortunately, hell had no vacancies.
Great line. Ooh, he got him.
I thought so. Human muscles are quite eloquent. They speak out clearly what a person's next move will be. They even tell me which way a gun is going to be pointed before the trigger is pulled. But your muscles, they're different. This should be fun. Well worth the wait.
Damn freak.
You knew I was coming?
You've become...
Well, bro,
I
if
can't
you've been,
let you interfere with Arsenal gear.
what do you call it, invading or sneaking in, you wouldn't think the bosses
girl
would
is
wait
just
for you, you
ahead.
stupid fuck?
She is of no use to us now, but she served us well as the live bait for the big catch. Crazy Ivan sometimes speaks the truth.
Emma's alive?
There she is,
She
Emma
was
Emmerich.
some time ago, but the flooding has become quite serious. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a mermaid now.
What?
Did you really think killing the president would prevent a nuclear strike? Think again.
I didn't do it.
Arsenal is still armed with a purified hydrogen bomb.
Purified hydrogen bomb?
Yeah, in other words, oh shit type of bomb.
This is no ordinary nuclear bomb. This weapon is capable of heavy hydrogen nuclear fusion using lasers and magnetics to generate heat-insulated compression. It was a top-secret project initiated by the current president, and Solidus has no idea of its existence. The clean thermonuclear bomb is at an experimental stage and is handled differently. Specifically, it becomes launch-capable when Arsenal is activated. A nuclear threat still exists.
War games?
6
Thermonuclear,
months
global
ago,
thermonuclear
we lost everything
war,
we believed.
whatever game.
We were abandoned to take the fall in their cover-up. We were labeled as killers, responsible for the mass murder of civilians as well as our own allies. And the public believed every word, turning a deaf ear to whatever we had to say to the contrary. Our only
Kinda
goal was
funny,
to wipe them from the face of the earth and destroy this world of deceit they have created along with them.
You're insane.
Insane? We might be the only ones telling the truth.
I might have to agree with him on that. Just a tiny bit, just un poquito, or my bad, un
Final
poquito.
check for activating Arsenal has been completed. All Arsenal personnel report to your stations.
My Spanish is horrible, by the way. I
Sounds
can't speak
like
it fluently,
Arsenal's ready
so
to
I
go
have
into
trouble with it.
operation.
and I can't understand it fluently
You're
as
still
well.
hoping that the girl can
And
install
don't
that
bash me,
virus you're
any
carrying around, aren't you?
Spanish folks out there. Sorry.
You know?
It's a shame you're not going to be around long enough to hand her the program. That isn't seawater, you know. It's a byproduct of the microbes contained in the pool. Buoyancy is practically non-existent thanks
Yeah,
to
so I
the
grew
high
up with like a
oxygen
bunch of different
content.
kids, man.
Once you fall
I
in,
was
you
friends with a
don't
lot
come
of
up. Take
Indian
a good
kids,
look
white
at your
kids, Asian
grave.
kids, black kids,
Show me
Spanish.
what you
Well,
got.
Spanish kids weren't that big in my community, at least to say. All right, hold on. So, all right, for this, people don't know this, but if you have a good aim, you can fuck them up. You can fuck him up. Don't shoot him in the head where you have the bullet holes, that marking. Shoot him on his where I'm assuming where his appendix is on his thigh hip area, the lower body. So shoot him there. If you have good aim, and you know you'll have good aim when he screams really high and then he fucking holds his stomach. So right there. There you go. Don't shoot the head because that doesn't do as much damage compared to the lower body one. Surprisingly, I've done it, man.
Colonel, they've apparently completed the final check procedure for arsenal gear.
Find Emma on the double. You've got to get her to install the virus program that the President gave you. When you find her, take her to the computer room on level B2 in the core of Shell 1.
Snake, did you catch all that? I didn't make it on time. Arsenal's going active.
Yeah, I heard. The hostage rescue's gonna have to wait.
I'm going after Emma.
We'll secure the computer room. Looks like we can't install the virus program without Emma.
Can't your partner do it?
I would if I could, but the security for this system is no joke. I need more time.
That's why we need her.
Understood. I'll make sure you have your family reunion. What's up?
A lot of years have passed between EE and me.
Then you should see her, right?
I don't have the right to see her.
We can talk about this later. Raiden, I think you'd better get moving. Emma's in the locker room to the north, right?
I'm on it.